After kicking off the gravel season in Kalmar 2 weeks ago, it was time for the first of 4 UCI Gravel World Series races of the season. Since we've been wanting to visit Legoland with the family for a while, and with gravel race just around the corner, this was the perfect excuse for a family vacation in Denmark. With the Gravel World Championships being so close to home this year, my goal was clear. Qualify in my age group as soon as possible, then use the other races to try to qualify in the elite category. So we packed the car with a few essentials and made the long drive to Denmark's west coast.
Finally arrived in Vlovland, or however you pronounce it. Dropped off the family, they will have some ice cream, and I will do one lap of the course just to see how it is, get a feeling for it, and then in an hour or so I can pick up my number. That's the plan for today, and then head home, or rather to the hotel for a proper dinner later. So yeah, let's see how it goes. See how the track is. Excited to see. Hope there's not too much sand. That's the only thing I'm a bit worried about, but it's incredibly windy. Recon done, picked up my number, 209, so let's see if it's a lucky one. Really nice track, I really like it. There's not much happening, one pinch point, otherwise it's completely flat, more loose than it looks on videos and photos I've seen. That will be somewhat of a deciding factor, I think, because the corners are really tricky to take. You have to be really careful and slow there. Otherwise, if you could just go straight, it's no problem for most parts. And then yeah, it's mostly crosswinds and headwinds besides on the last part towards the start finish. There you have a nice tailwind. Otherwise, really strong crosswinds, which I think will be the main factor tomorrow in the race itself. Just see that I can position myself straight at the front. We have this like really long 5 kilometer straight. Make sure I'm in the front there, and then hopefully can stay there. And people will drop in the back pretty fast, I think, because wind will be even tougher tomorrow as far as it seems. And even in the headwind, I think I had to put down 300 watts to just go like 25 kilometers per hour on the tarmac section. So yeah, that will be tricky. Otherwise, let's try to find some food first.
Yo, hey, vi blir filma lov.
Tack så mycket.
Was ist dir, Nico? Pommes mit Chicken Nuggets?
Ja.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Den är nog jättevarm.
Aufpass.
Om man brann.
Carb loading deluxe.
Hoppkanin! 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 Vad är det här?
Spread your love. And hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love. And hear what I'm saying now. Spread your love.
Race day, half an hour to go. Going to drop off the family at the zoo here, and then bike's ready, and have 2 bottles on the bike with 90 grams of carbs each, and then I have 6 gels in my pockets, which hopefully should be enough. I don't expect it to be more than 4 hours, and yeah, half an hour to go. Going to ride over there now and then line up. I will be probably in the back, but that's okay. It's about 100 people I saw. Should be fine. I only know one name, number 136. I will try to stick to him. I raced in Amsterdam with him, and he was really strong on all 3 days last year, so I think that's a good guy to watch out. Otherwise I will just see how it goes and yeah, see what wheels to jump on. Yeah, going to put on the helmet now, and yeah, as you see, also racing with the vest, so I have normal water in there, even though it's been leaking a little bit. Right now it's nice because it's very warm. We have 20 degrees already, and it's giving me a little bit cool on the back, so but yeah, I hope enough water stays in there to survive the race at least.
Spread your love.
Gör de lite? Need proof in case it becomes unclear.
Blood sugar is a bit high. That's like the thing I don't really like about having hotel breakfast in this case. I had some scrambled eggs and rye bread, which was maybe not the best. I should have gone for white bread in hindsight, but anyway, it's a bit harder to calculate exactly how many carbs you're taking in and how to inject for that, but just was training down now right before I left, so I think it should be fine by the time I start, so I can start fueling properly right from the gun. Yeah, otherwise feeling pretty okay. Stomach is a bit upset right now. I hope that will also disappear very soon. Same there. I'm not sure about the breakfast. We'll see.
Jumping straight into the race from the back of the start box, and as expected it was full gas from the gun. Gaps opened quicker than I thought, and there was no time to lose getting to the front. I surfed wheels when I could and then accelerated again when the person in front slowed down and I had to jump to the next wheel. On camera the gravel looked smooth, but in reality there were only 2 hard-packed lines across a very wide road. That meant constantly choosing between fighting the crosswinds or rolling slower in the looser gravel. With crosswinds over 30 km per hour and not always getting the best line, I had to put down quite a few watts to make up ground. But after almost 3 kilometers, I finally made it to the front group by the first corner. The entire first kilometer required a normalized power of over 430 watts. Once the group settled down to about 30 riders, the pace eased slightly. At kilometer 15 I made a stupid mistake and relaxed too much. Despite me having done the recon, I somehow thought that the key pinch point came later, after the long tarmac section. So I wasn't positioned well and the group got strung out. Gaps opened and I had to burn another match to close them. The legs felt great, but my stomach was really upset at this point, so I tried to stay calm and not go too deep. A similar mistake happened at kilometer 26. We hit 2 sandpits back to back and people really struggled there. I was stuck mid-pack while the front accelerated already, still not even in the sand. Another big effort was needed, but with a tailwind this time I managed to close it pretty easily. When we crossed the finish for the first time, we had only about 20 riders left. kilometer 43 we have the first proper breakaway attempt, where the peloton seems to be getting tired and stops covering attacks. As those two guys look pretty strong and willing to get away, I wanted to close the gap for now. With the stomach still hurting, I kept it at that for now. This time I end up pretty much in the front going into the pinch point, which is ideal as everyone behind is getting more and more tired. Not much happens until kilometer 57 when we hit the sand pits again. I'm not in the best position, and with everyone struggling again, a rider in the front gets away. The rider in red, who was also in the first previous breakaway attempts, bridges over to him. So now we have the same break in the front again, but with a much bigger gap, while everyone else in the group looks rather tired and is taking out speed. Not really showing willingness to work and close the gap.
É muito tempo de resiliência.
With my stomach slowly feeling better, I decide to just bridge over solo as I don't want to bring the group with me.
Onde a vida passar. Onde a vida passar. Onde a vida passar.
In the end, it takes over 20 minutes to close the gap, with a normalized power of almost 400 watts. While closing most of the gap was not much of a problem, the last 10 seconds take a long time. Here on this long crosswind stretch I barely make any progress, as I don't want to go too deep, because as soon as I will be in the back of the guy's wheel, I still have to maintain 350 watts or more, as the wind comes with full force from the side. And riding in an echelon does not really help, as the rolling resistance is so high as soon as you go a bit towards the left. For some reason the super skinny rider in the red really doesn't want me to be in the brake, and he keeps on pushing super hard, that I almost lose them again. At this point I'm really questioning my abilities and wonder how he's able to sustain such an effort, especially at his weight, something we'll find out very soon. After attacking again, we decide to keep him even pace and let him go, as we still have almost 2 laps to go. Shortly after we are joined by 2 more guys who manage to bridge over to us, and we establish a nice rotation. We caught the leading guy pretty quickly, and after that we never saw him again. I sadly couldn't really find out his number, and not sure if he even finished or what his final placement was in the end. But I think if he would have just stuck with us and rotated nicely, he would have had a way bigger chance to get a top placement here. Yeah, shortly after that my camera died, but not much happened afterwards. In the last lap we lost one guy, and shortly before the finish, the guy in the pink jersey got a bit of a gap in the sandy section, but with my stomach getting worse again, I just kept it easy and rode safely into the finish as second. In the end, our gap was more than 5 minutes to the chasing group. Despite the flagged course, the wind made it really hard. I had 315 average watts and 335 normalized power for almost 4 hours.
Just finished the race, just shy of 4 hours, 3 hours 50 I think. Insanely tough, like expected. My stomach did hurt like crazy right from the start. The breakfast was not ideal. Yeah, I was really suffering the whole time. 1.5 laps in, 2 guys got away on one of the sand sections, and at some point no one was doing anything in the group, so I used the opportunity to bridge over. Took quite a while. I don't know, felt like 10 kilometers or something like this, and then right into the long crosswind section. Yeah, that was brutal to bridge over there, but in the end it turned out good. We were a 5-man group in the end, and 2 guys slowly dropped out, and then shortly before the finish line sadly one guy got away and didn't have the legs or stomach anymore to bridge over. I think the result could have been a lot better with better stomach, but at least it was good enough to get all the fuel in. I think I had 3 gels and both bottles, which is really great, and the blood sugar, yeah, almost perfect, dropping now low after, but otherwise almost perfect in the green, so yeah, really happy with that. Yeah, I want to shower now or something. I have to go to the podium. Let's see if I can find something.
Sadly, no showers could be found anywhere, but a dip in the ocean did the job. After a light lunch, we headed back to the start and finish for the podium ceremony. Once we made it back to the hotel and a proper shower, we headed for a well-earned dinner with the whole family. We enjoyed some gelato and the local music festival that was going on before heading to bed early and getting ready for the promised family day on Sunday, a trip to Legoland. In the end, this was a perfect weekend. I'm really happy with how it went, and I can't wait for the upcoming UCI Gravel World Series races and see how I can hold up in the elite.